Aloha, I'm Layla, and I'm a PhD student at the Department of Urban and Regional Planning at the University of Hawaii at Manoa. As anyone who is keeping up to date on climate change research, it can be a bit of a bleak topic. I learned terms like climate grief and eco-anxiety. So what I wanted to do more this year was feel hope. I wanted to be inspired again, because without hope, it would be hard to keep doing this work. And I did find inspiration from cities and people all over the world. In the Netherlands, I presented my research at the University of Twente Resilience Engineering Conference. There were some very colorful discussions around resilience.
I have to sort of jump in because indeed the whole discussion, is it economics, is it infrastructure, it's actually a political decision. What do we want societally in terms of how do we want our society to look like? Do we want to live in a society, do we want to live in a country where people have equal opportunities or not?
There, I met one of my academic heroes, Dr. Diana Rekian, who is a leading scholar in the intersection between climate change and social issues, and an author in the latest IPCC 6th Assessment Report. Her paper, Climate Change, Equity, and the Sustainable Development Goals, An Urban Perspective, really helped me better understand this concept of equity. So I was really excited to meet her. In the Netherlands and across many European cities, I saw bikes everywhere and public spaces that invited a sense of community. In Copenhagen, Denmark, I found a park that was created by residents. I interviewed the city's director of sustainability, Lucia Leonardsen, who shared more inspiring stories of how her city implemented sustainability initiatives, making Copenhagen the greenest city in the world. I also discovered kayak polo for the first time and ate a bunch of danishes. Public transportation is also super accessible and clean. In Finland, you can go anywhere in the city through bike, bus, or tram. In Norway, I took a train from Bergen to Oslo and was in awe by the natural beauty outside. How can we protect the natural resources that we have left? In Oslo, I interviewed Trudy Rauken from the Carbon Neutral Cities Alliance, who shared with me Oslo's journey into being a greener city. In fact, the city won the European Green Capital Award this year. In addition to climate mitigation strategies such as introducing car-free zones, the city in 2016 introduced a climate budget, where carbon dioxide emissions are being counted in the same way a financial budget would account for funding. It has always been a dream of mine to visit Iceland. It was as beautiful as I imagined. Its rugged terrain reminded me a lot of our own big island. In Reykjavik, the capital city, I had the opportunity to interview Iceland's Minister for the Environment and Energy, who described to me Iceland's journey from being one of Europe's poorest countries, dependent upon imported coal for its energy, to a country with a high standard of living where most of its energy is derived from indigenous geothermal sources. Unfortunately, I did not get to meet Bjork. Hopefully next time. Later in the year, I had the opportunity to present my research at the Reunión Iberoamericana de Socioeconomía in Costa Rica, Central America. It was the first time I presented my research in Spanish. Finally, my bachelor's degree in Spanish literature paid off. Anyway, I met a graduate student in urban planning who was focusing his research on initiatives that his city was taking to build a sense of community. He took me to Parque Francia, a park in a revitalized neighborhood of San Jose called Barrio Escalante, where in the evening the whole park was festively illuminated and full of people.
Y hoy estamos viendo un experimento bastante particular, que es la primera vez que iluminan el Parque Francia.
Wow.
Están haciendo estas lucecitas y están poniendo un árbol de Navidad por aquel lado. Y el parque está absolutamente lleno y muy activo.
The neighborhood art was also inspiring. I met a Costa Rican visual artist, Laura Astorga, who regularly uses what we might consider trash into art pieces, like elaborate masks that a performing band would wear. She inspired me to think about incorporating sustainability values through art.
Fue como de las primeras que empecé a hacer, como de explorar los materiales. Esto es una parte de un desinfectante. Por ejemplo, esto me parece un material increíble, es súper duro, resistente. Votar esto me parece un desperdicio de todo, de ingeniería, de energía, de intelecto humano, ¿verdad? Es trabajo manual. Trato de que no se vea como lo que es, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Como un poco darle una nueva, quitarle como esa estética de desecho al desecho, porque no es desecho, en realidad son productos, son materia prima, o así lo veo yo.
I found inspiration closer to home as well. In Long Beach, California, I experienced a community outreach event dedicated to climate action and adaptation. The best part for me was seeing the youth actively involved in problem solving for their communities.
And we're still always looking for how do we continue reaching young people. We've done pop-ups in parks and other places where we know young people gather, but it's been really critical to our students.
Wow, yeah, they're so knowledgeable.
They are, and they really care about these issues.
Yeah.
Some of the best and biggest questions that we've had are from our young people.
Right. Now that I'm back home in Hawaii, I am excited to continue my work in climate change and in thinking of how we can improve the lives of everyone in the process.